The town of Greyhaven was not marked on most maps. Travelers passed it without stopping. Trains slowed down near it, but almost never stopped. Greyhaven lived quietly, between the sea and the hills. Every morning, the same fishermen walked toward the shore. Every afternoon, children played on the same streets. Every evening, warm lights appeared in the same windows. People said Greyhaven was safe, but safety often felt like a cage. Alex had lived in Greyhaven for 16 years. He knew every street, every sound, every smell. He knew when the wind would change and when the sea would become angry. He lived with his grandmother, Eleanor, in an old wooden house near the lighthouse. The lighthouse had stopped working many years ago, but it still stood tall, watching the sea. Eleanor believed in routines: breakfast at the same time, tea in the afternoon, stories in the evening. Alex loved her, but inside, he felt restless. At night, when the town slept, Alex sat by the window. In the distance, he could see the railway line. Sometimes lights moved through the darkness, trains going somewhere else. And every night, Alex asked himself, "Is this all my life will be?" Alex barely remembered his parents. He remembered his mother's voice, soft, calm. He remembered his father's hands, strong and warm. They had left Greyhaven when Alex was very young. They promised letters, they promised visits. Letters came at first, then less often, then not at all. Eleanor never spoke badly about them. She simply said, "People follow their fears as often as they follow their dreams." Alex did not fully understand those words. Not yet. On the evening of October 31st, the sea was restless. Wind shook the house. Rain hit the roof like stones. Eleanor rested downstairs, wrapped in a blanket. Alex climbed into the attic to look for old candles. The attic smelled of dust and memories. That was when he found the wooden box. It was small, heavy, old. Inside were photographs, letters, and one envelope that felt different, yellowed by time. Addressed to Eleanor. Alex opened it. The letter spoke of a train that appeared once a year, a train that arrived at the abandoned station at midnight, a train that could take a person to their deepest desire. At the end, one sentence stood alone. "This train takes you forward, but it never brings you back." Alex checked the date. October 31st, that night. Alex showed the letter to his grandmother. She read it slowly. Her hands trembled. For a long moment, she said nothing. Then she whispered, "I hoped you would never find this." Alex asked questions, many questions. Eleanor only said, "Some choices change not just your life, but your heart." That night, Alex could not sleep. At 10:45 p.m., Alex left the house. The storm had ended. The town was quiet. As he walked, memories followed him. The schoolyard, the market, the pier, everything he knew, everything he might lose. The old station waited in silence. The clock showed 11:55 p.m. The air felt heavy. At 11:58, the ground began to shake. Lights appeared. The train arrived. The train was beautiful and terrifying. Inside, Alex saw many futures. A life of travel, a life of success, a life with his parents. The voice spoke again. "You may choose one future, but you must leave another behind." Alex stepped forward, then stopped. He thought of Eleanor, alone, waiting. He realized something important. Dreams mean nothing if they destroy what you love. At midnight, Alex stepped off the train. The train vanished. Dawn arrived. Eleanor smiled at Alex. "You stayed," she said. "Yes," he answered. "For now." Years moved forward. Alex grew older. He studied, he worked, he learned. Greyhaven slowly changed, and so did he. At 19, Alex packed his bag. Eleanor hugged him. "This time," she said, "you are ready." Alex left Greyhaven by choice. Years later, Alex understood the truth. The train was never about escape. It was about knowing when to leave and when to stay. Every October 31st, Alex remembered the train and smiled, because he knew the longest journeys begin inside the heart.